everyone, I hope you're doing well. It is Saturday. I never record on Saturdays, but here I am. I am listening to my 2024 Song Messages playlist, and I feel inspired to share a Song Messages video. I haven't done this in probably 2 years. This year's playlist is very surprising to me, even. And so what I'm doing, for those of you that are new to my channel, is I am putting my playlist on shuffle, and I'm sharing a little bit about the song that is going to come on. I'm going to do 8 songs because it's the number of new beginnings, and that's the year that we are in. And I'm starting with the one that keeps popping up, which is very funny because now I know what the Lord was leading me to do this. I thought I was just kind of like just having a funny moment. This happens to me a lot with music. This is why and how I know that it's a message, it's a song message. It's something that repeatedly just stays in my head until I listen to it, or if I know the song, even if I know the song, I have to listen to it, and then I get the confirmation that it is indeed a song message. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I do have probably like 4 or 5 videos on song messages. If you scroll down back to 2021, maybe 2022. I don't think I did one last year. In fact, I'm pretty sure I didn't do one last year. I might have one for 2022. I definitely have a lot in 2021 because I had a long list of song messages for that year. So basically, the Lord speaks to me through music. He's done this all my life. I just didn't realize this until 2012, 2013, somewhere around there. I started getting insight and revelation through music. As I said before, some of this is personal. So some of these songs are just for me. He's showing me something through the song. Some of it's corporate. That means it's for everybody. And a lot of it is prophetic. So usually I share that when I get song messages, it's either a lyrical song message, that is to say the lyrics are pointing to something, whether it's in current events or something coming or something that's already happened, or something personal, like I said, just personal or corporate. There's revelatory knowledge in the music. That is to say, I will listen to the song and I will write down whatever I hear in my spirit as I'm listening to the song. Again, some of it's personal, some of it's corporate. Or it's a title message. So that means something in the title is pointing to something. And I've been kind of documenting them yearly, probably since about 2020, when everything, went crazy. So I felt led now. I was actually just going to kind of wind down for a little bit. But I felt led now to do a video on song messages. So that's what we're doing. And we're starting with There Is No Logic by Lone Lady. So this song is kind of new, probably about 4 years old, maybe a little bit newer than that. But this song came to me not that long ago. I have a blog where I was documenting everything, but I haven't done that in a while. But if you want to check those songs out, I've been kind of doing this for almost 10 years, actually, which is weird to think about. But on my blog, which is shesrestored.blogspot.com, I'll link it in the video, or thereadybride.blogspot.com. I have an entire section or page dedicated to song messages. So basically, whenever I get them, I was updating them on there, as well as the YouTube channel, but I haven't been able to do that in a while. So I'm doing this video now. So There Is No Logic. So this song keeps coming up today specifically, and I got it not that long ago, probably maybe 2 weeks ago. And at first I was like, oh, I like the song, and I hadn't heard it in a while, but then I realized it's actually a song message. So it's on my playlist, which you can find on Spotify. I will link that as well. And a lot of you get song messages too, and you probably don't even realize it, but what does it mean? It just means there's some kind of puzzle piece to what's happening, what's going on, what's coming, or maybe something personal in your life that you're dealing with, and a song can sort of highlight that or magnify that for you. I'm actually going to get into music as therapy very, very soon. I'm hoping to launch it in May. But there is power in music, there is healing in music, and that's another video. Sorry, see, I'm sidetracking myself. So I'm going to get into this. So There Is No Logic by Lone Lady. What this song speaks to me, it's a very good song in and of itself. There's a lot of depth in the song, lyrically speaking. But what this is saying to me is echoing something that the Lord had shared with me a couple of years ago, which is that we are sort of past this place where we can rely completely on our senses, which is very counterintuitive because as humans, as physical creatures, we are so dependent on our senses. But because of moving into this new dimension and this new shift, which, by the way, I feel like that solar eclipse that's coming is going to kind of catapult us into this, both physically in the earth realm, but also spiritually. So there's going to be a lot of amazing and crazy and unexpected and beautiful and heartache, all of it, but on a totally different level. So we need to be ready for that. That's a side note. However, this song is echoing the message that I received in 2020, which was that we can't go by what we see anymore. Things are different. They've been different. They've been different visibly and physically, at least globally, since 2020. So we need to be a little more intuitive. And of course, that's a whole process of like, I need to be connected to the source of my spirit so I can understand and discern what's going on with me and what's going on out here and what's going on in my relationships, what's going on everywhere. And trust me, it's not easy, especially with this shift. There's a lot of extra spiritual warfare. And if you're in a place where you're moving into your establishment, which is kind of where I'm at, it's even more intense. So just remember the song message is saying to me that we need to remember that we need to use our intellect and our logic part of the brain, but we also need to be spiritually connected and spiritually minded to discern the deeper of what's going on so that we can actually be where we need to be. Okay, so that's the next one. And as you guys know, or some of you know, for copyright reasons, I will not play the song, but I am going to show you so you can see as I'm playing it. We've done this before. Now, the other thing I want to echo though, or say, is that my Spotify, my premium Spotify is all done. So if there's commercials, I apologize. But normally this would be a very quick process. So I'm just actually, what this is I'm going to do, just fast forward it. Okay, so The Faint, Young, and Realistic. I want to say I got this when I was still in Iowa when I got this one. And I want to say it was somewhere around January. I didn't write down the dates. A lot of these I haven't written down the dates because I've just sort of been, as they come to me, I'll just put them on the playlist. I'm trying to think if there's anything lyrically that I want to hear in this one. Just bear with me 1 second. This is definitely a title message. I think that's why I put it on here, actually. There's a very, don't mind my camera shifts, sorry about that. But, so there's a very important, I'm going to pause it for a second. There's a very important, what's the word I want to use? Like when it comes to the time that we're in, okay, this is where I'm going with this. When it comes to the time we're in, which I've been sharing for a little bit, that we're in this shift from how things, we've been accustomed to how things have been, to we're completely out of our comfort zone, and we need to be okay with that. This is globally speaking, because things are not going to slow down, they're not going to get better. And you guys know I love to encourage, but the reality is things are not going to get better the way we would like them to get better. They're going to get better in the long run, but there's going to be a time period where it's going to be really challenging, like for everybody. So the sooner we just accept that's just how it is, that's the reality of where we're at in time and space. Because again, remember, this is bigger than us. There's more to life than my own little world and what's going on with me. However, my own little world and what's going on with me affects everybody around me. So it's all interconnected. Young and realistic. So this is highlighting for me, just as a title message, the youth of today. Our kids, especially sort of in the teen bracket, teen to like young adults, are at a very great disadvantage, in my opinion, because there is so much, there's just so much out there that has unfortunately led them in awful places. And I'm just going to leave it at that, because I just want to leave it as a blanket statement. So with that said, we need to be, and this is something that I've taught for a while, but the older generations should be pouring into the younger generations. There has been a gap between the really, and this has probably been since the beginning of time, I don't know, but the really older generations should be pouring into the next younger generations, and so on and so on. So this is an encouragement, if you have young people in your life, or even if you don't, to remember that they're going through a lot, and they have a lot on their shoulders because of the times that we're in. They don't know a different time period like some of us do, where things weren't crazy all the time. So they don't have a sense of what's the word? Peace. In our, colloquialism of peace, where peace is, living in a nice place and no gun violence or things like that. I'm talking about they don't have a frame of reference, because for them, since they can remember, it's always been crazy and chaos because the times we're in. So this is a reminder, please pour into them, encourage them, and help them become the people they need to be, because they're the ones who are going to carry the torch. Okay, next, I'm just going to flip it over so you can see. I think that's personal song message. Next. Okay, puzzle drip. So this one I got a long time ago, actually. And I remember, I want to say it was 2019 that I got this one, but it's a title message. Again, it has to do with putting the puzzle pieces together. One thing I'm going to say that I don't want to say, but I have to say this. Going back to this concept of, I can't always believe what I see. I can't always believe what I hear. because we already know we're in the times of deception, we're in the times of corruption, we're in the times of they're telling us one thing but doing another. And I'm not even getting into the politics of it, because you know guys, I don't talk about politics on my channel, but it's very important to discern. Sorry if I'm talking loud because the music's on. It's very important to discern for yourself, your path, your life, your family, you know, how to put all of this together for yourself. And then also be sensitive to understanding that there's a reason you know what you know. There's a reason God reveals things to people. Some of you, I've already shared this, but some of you, again, going back to my video yesterday or whenever it was that I shared, but you are here right now in this time and space for a specific reason. There's a reason you weren't born in the 30s. You're born in this time and you're here in this time because there's something that the world needs from you now to help get us to restoration, which is the path that we're going on, even though right now everything's falling apart, everything's going crazy. It's a convergence. It's leading to where we're going to go. So put the puzzle pieces together for you, your family, your life, and as best as you can, pouring into the world as best as you can. Okay, next. Okay, so I can't remember when I got this one, actually. This might be, so again, some of these songs that are on my playlist have been, like I received them a long time ago, but they're reminders. In fact, a lot of them are, actually. Title message, We Own the Sky. Okay, let me tell you about the sky for a minute, because it's my boyfriend. Okay, listen, the sky. So we are in the first heaven, okay, which is the sky. It is our atmosphere, the troposphere, magnetosphere, okay, all of that is first heaven, which is what we see when we look up. And it's so small if you think about how grand the entire universe is. However, we do see the changes. We've seen the changes. A lot of us are old enough to know the difference. And then there's the second heaven, which is outer space, okay, which a lot's happening, and it has been happening and has been kind of building up on top of itself. As I shared earlier in the, I can't remember which video, but about the solar eclipse, how that's a sign of where we're at and things coming. There's a lot involved in that. But We Own the Sky is, in my estimation and understanding, it is pointing to two things. Number one, there's a lot going on that we are not to know about or do know about, okay? And the reason is because of what's coming, okay? All I'm going to say to that is read 1 Peter chapter 3, okay? I have a video on that. You can check it out. Okay, next. This is a title message as well, pointing to unpredictability. Okay, where am I at now? I just want to keep track because I said 8. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this is Ease My Mind. I got this one recently. So yeah, this is just a reminder to to protect your mind, to stay sober-minded. Again, I have a teaching on, renewing the mind. I think I did that one back in 2020, somewhere around there, 2019 maybe. We can't control what comes at us other than deciding what I want to receive as truth. Okay, if I turn the TV on, I can't control what's coming at me. I can control what I say yes to and no to. Okay? In the same way, when it comes to unhealed trauma or my past, I can't control what I went through that's affected me, but I can control how I choose to unlearn it, to relearn truth about who I am. And it's very important, I share this as well, to unplug, which is something I haven't done in a while, which explains a lot of my mental, and that's where I feel like I've been for a little bit. Some of it is circumstantial, but if we don't take time to, we don't take time to declutter and unplug and renew the mind, which renews the heart and the spirit and the soul and the body, then we're at the mercy of whatever's coming at us because we haven't had time to just chill. So that's a little encouragement. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, there's my commercial, sorry. I can't really tell you too much about pop culture or anything like that, or even the news. Y'all know I don't watch the news hardly ever unless it's something I feel prompted to look up, or it's something related to space, weather, or the weather, because I'm a weather nerd, but or something prophetic. But a lot of you do, and a lot of you know what's going on, and you're kind of putting it all together. What I want to say is just to remember to be where God wants you to be. Especially, oh my gosh, I remember sharing this actually. I think it was 2020. I think it was 2020. Or maybe it was 2021. But I shared that if you're somebody who watches the news, you're going to have a really hard time moving forward because it's going to be too much to try and keep up with. And we're way past that point. So my encouragement to you is to unplug if you're one of those people that is constantly immersed with the news or current events or things like that. It's important to know what's going on, but not to the point where it consumes you and you can't sleep at night because you're too stressed about the world's falling apart. Okay, next song. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so this is my 7th song. Hearts and Minds song title message. And it is a reminder and encouragement. I just got this a few days ago, actually. The importance of guarding your heart and your mind. Again, nobody can do that but you. Nobody can do that but you. Nobody. And you have to see it as a vital part of taking care of yourself. I'm going to encourage you, like I always do, to continue your inner healing process because there's a time, again, you have to discern where you are, but there's a time that you just have to say, okay, some of these issues are just, they're getting in the way of my ability to enjoy my life. So I need to take care of this. I need to figure out what's going on with me, and I need to go through this process so I can let go of some things that are holding me back. So if you're there, I encourage you to do that. I'd be happy to help you walk through it. And then there's a time to rest and kind of just enjoy a good season in your life. If you're there, I encourage that for you as well. But ultimately, guard your heart, keep your heart, stay sober-minded. Okay, last one is, if I can do this. Okay, Stars in My Eyes, The Screaming Mimes. I just got this one too, actually, maybe last month, I think it was. This is another title message. Just interesting, most of these are title messages, but Stars in My Eyes. So I want to say this is probably both an encouragement and a warning. So yes, the phrase stars in my eyes refers to, you know, sort of being in a dreamy kind of land and just, you know, enjoying whatever it is that you're dreaming about or thinking about. However, the warning here is not to the point where you fall asleep and you don't know what's going on around you, because we can't afford that right now. So that's my 8 songs. I'll probably do this again sometime during the year or later, however I'm led. You guys know that I come on here as I'm led. So if you guys have any feedback on any of these songs or other songs maybe that you have been hearing in your spirit, or maybe God speaks to you through music, please comment and let me know, because I'd love to hear from you. ¿Qué más? So yeah, I've titled this, if you're interested, 2024 New Beginnings, because it's the year of new beginnings. And again, new beginnings means I gotta say bye to the old, and sometimes that's not easy. So I'm curious to see what the next one is, just for me. Eventful Horizons. I'm gonna leave y'all with that. Eventful Horizons. A lot's coming. Beauty and heartache. But if you stay centered, you stay sound, then you will know exactly where you need to be and where you need to go. So that's all for now. Hope y'all are doing well. Love you. Bye.